Hey guys, this is Hex, and in today's video I'll be doing a first impressions for Remi Lore, which is a hack and slash adventure game for the PS4. In Remi Lore you play Remi, a high school student who stumbles onto a living book while cleaning called Lore. Unfortunately this causes a bit of an accident and you're both transported to another world. Your end goal, from what I played so far, is to make it to a portal where you can finally go back home. And in order to do this, however, you have to battle a wide variety of mecha monsters along the way. As you could see, Remi Lore doesn't really disappoint in the graphics department. Everything looks great. The colors are really vibrant. I particularly like the attention to detail, such as seeing Remi's ponytail sewing in the breeze as you run. Combat-wise, it's not that spectacular, but it does its job. You can do combos with various weapons you'll be acquiring, as well as the ability to cast spells. When you take down enemies and batter objects like desks, telescopes, and such, you'll get desserts, which you can use to buy upgrades from everything ranging from weapon damage to making potions more potent. Um, uh, Sound and dialogue wise, Remi Lore is actually pretty decent in that aspect. Much like World End Syndrome, there is Japanese dialogue with English subtitles. Unfortunately, at times this can be a problem, and I'll explain why in a few. Now, no doubt, from everything you've heard so far, the big question you might be asking is Remi Lore a great hack and slash game? No. uh, it's a good game, but it's not great. I mean, there's fun to be had, but I feel that there are certain developer choices that keep it from being great. Number one, each level contains 4 sections, but if you happen to get killed in any of those sections, you'll lose some of your desert points, and but you also get to keep your current weapon, which doesn't really sound bad. Well, it does when you discover that you have to start, your current level from the very beginning. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Uh, Two, remember that dialogue I was referring to. For the most part, it's fine, but there are times when you're in the middle of a fight, and then both characters out of the blue decide they're going to start talking to each other. If this was English dialogue, this wouldn't really be an issue, but trying to read subtitles while battling is a huge, huge pain in the ass. And lastly, and this is my biggest gripe, the save system, which I feel is not really that great. So, in order to save your game, you have to use the suspend save option, and after your game is saved, it will take you to the main menu. But let's say for example, you decide to go back to the game later on. You select the continue game option and then start playing. And let's say, you know, further, as you're further into it, you figure, well, maybe you might have missed something, or maybe you think your plane is trash, and then you decide, well, I'm just going to reload my game and start again. It's only then that you start to realize that the continue option isn't there. That's right, it's automatically deleted after you continued the game previously. At first, I thought this was some sort of like game bug, but when I looked at the instruction manual, and by the way, huge bonus points for Nicholas for even having a manual with the game. Um, well, the manual did have this to say. Please note that you can only continue once from each suspend save. After you choose continue from the main menu, the continue option will no longer be available unless you suspend save again. So yeah, not a huge fan of that. But despite shortcomings, I still find Remi Lore a good game to play. Sure, there are much better hack and slash games out there, but I still feel that this is a good entry in this particular genre. If you're one of those who doesn't want an overly complicated plot and simply want to just pound the shit out of baddies and listen to some oftentimes amusing dialogue, then Remi Lore could be for you. Well, that's all I have for today. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you have not checked out my previous review for World End Syndrome, please check it out. I think if you happen to be a fan of manga or anime, I think that could be a game for you. So just check out that video when you get the chance. And I hope to talk to you guys real soon. Take care.